A suspected serial killer branded Am Cyanide by Thai media has today been sentenced to death over her friend's murder. A Bangkok court convicted Sararat Rangsiwuthaporn of using cyanide to fatally poison her friend in 2023. But she's facing another 13 murder trials as she's accused of killing more of her friends under similar circumstances. All up, Sararat has been charged with around 80 offences over the alleged killings. Well, Pravit Rojanapruk is a senior reporter at Khawsawt English and joins me now from Bangkok. Pravit, good to have you on the program. Firstly, what was Sararat's reaction when the sentence was read out in court today?
Actually, the Thai press were amused or disturbed that actually she did smile after the verdict was read. As we all know, there are 13 more cases. They also noted that she didn't appear remorseful at all and was wearing a very heavy makeup. Well, I think the makeup is really not an issue, but a non-remorseful look. That's what happened yesterday.
Yeah, it seems like it's a chilling reaction in some way. So Sararat, she's known to be a gambling addict. So is that what drove her to commit these murders?
Well, I think you need to be more than a gambler to be able to contemplate, murdering 14 people. So yes, she's a gambler, but I don't think all gambling addicts are murderers. So let's not really blame gambling, although it plays part. It's just shocking that the person has been found to be, responsible of cold-blooded murder of as many as 14 people, and you may know this probably is the record for serial murderer in Thailand, for that matter.
Yeah, so what do we know then from the hearings in this first trial about what her motive was for at least the first killing?
Well, basically gambling. She just finds it very easy to swindle money from her acquaintances, referred to as friends. I mean, I doubt if they're really friends, but basically she found it very easy. The fact that she got away for so long, it's been nearly 10 years for this 14 cases. It means the justice system, the forensic science, the local police were really not up to the task. It took this last case or the latest case, which became the last case, before all was exposed. But for 9 years, 13 people prior to the latest victim died under a mysterious circumstances, and yet nothing was done. There was no case until the latest one, which led to the verdict.
Yeah, and give us a sense in Thailand as well, Pravit, how much public and how public this whole thing is. Has it attracted the attention of a lot of people?
Yes and no. I mean, it's widely reported, but the fact that because the death have, occurred years ago, and the killing by cyanide, this is not the most sensational way to die. So it was not very graphic in that sense, except the last case. So sure, the media have given a lot of coverage, but it is unfortunate that there was that time delay over the span of 10 years, and yet it's still a very shocking incident. So, which is very rare. For that matter, it is very disturbing.
Yes, indeed. And also her ex-husband, now he was a very high-ranking senior police officer, in fact, a lieutenant colonel. Now he's been sentenced to 16 months in prison. What was his role in all of this?
Well, complicit, probably he knew and maybe he made suggestions, but he's already out on bail, by the way. So we're talking about the court of first instance, which means he could appeal, and there will be the Supreme Court. So this thing could still drag on. And another issue that will flare up is the death sentence, because for over a decade or two now, Thailand has been deliberating as to whether we should do away with the death sentence or not. Although it's normally not carried out automatically, and only a very small number of those on the death row ends up, being executed. But it will be, you can expect organizations like Amnesty International to raise the issues in the days and weeks ahead.
Yeah, and do you see the public support in this case for capital punishment in the event that beyond the first trial, there are 13 more to come? We don't know the outcomes of that, but is there sort of like widespread support for something like this still in Thailand?
Unfortunately, what we've been hearing reflected on the social media and the press, majority do support. We wouldn't know. I mean, there's no poll, but again, as I said, we're going to face with this dilemma and the issue of whether we should do away with capital punishment.
And Pravit, of course, we've also had the tragic deaths of 4 young travelers, including Australian teenager Bianca Jones in Laos from methanol poisoning. How big is the problem in the region, and does Thailand often receive patients from Laos?
Well, unfortunately, the Thai hospital or medical system is better than our neighbors, Laos. So they were transferred from Laos to Thailand, and most unfortunately, they died in Thailand. My suggestion is that I think there is a concern that in far-flung areas, or when you buy cheap booze, or when you offer cheap alcohol, it could be tainted with methanol, and that could be deadly. So I think the advice is to stick with reputable brand name of alcohol and buy it from a clearly, an authorized dealer, and that's one way to avoid it. But it is a concern worth noting for people traveling to this part of the world.
Okay, Pravit Rojanaprok, really good to get your thoughts this evening. Thanks so much.
Pleasure, Gareth.